Welcome back to our NCAA football win total series. Move on in the AAC. Down to just three teams left. We are on to Tulsa. And Tulsa used to be a consistently solid program. We go all the way back to 2005. They joined Conference USA out of the WAC. And it's Steve Cragthorpe and Todd Graham and then Bill Blankenship. But overall in there, they make 7 bowls in 8 years. The last 2 years of Bill Blankenship don't go well. This is their move to the American in 2014, plus their earlier year in 2013, Conference USA. 5 wins combined in those 2 years. He's gone. Philip Montgomery shows up, 2 straight bowl games. And then he had 3 lean years, 2 wins, 3 wins, 4 wins. Then in 2020, 6-3, a bowl game. 7-6 in 21, a bowl game. And then 5-7 finally in 2022. And that results in Philip Montgomery leaving, Kevin Wilson coming in, and they opened last year with a win. Arkansas Pine Bluff 42-7. But then they lose at Washington, they lose against Oklahoma, they beat Northern Illinois and beat Temple. So they're 2-3 or 3-2 at this point, and then the losing streak hits. At FAU, Rice, at SMU, Charlotte, at Tulane, North Texas, all losses. And some of them are pretty close, though. At Florida Atlantic's a 3-point loss. Charlotte is an overtime loss. At Tulane is a 2-point loss. North Texas is a 7-point loss. Still, they lost to like SMU 69-10. Last game of the year, they come out 29-27. They beat East Carolina on the road. East Carolina was the worst team in the conference last year. Tulsa finishes 4-8, though. Really, when we look at Tulsa, though, we talk about the offense, and they have an issue at quarterback. You have Kyle Francis, who threw for 967 yards. Cardell Williams had 10 touchdown passes. He ran for 5 scores. They're bringing in Cooper Legis from Utah State. They really don't have a quarterback set yet. And there's the old saying, if you have 2 quarterbacks or 3 in this situation, you really have none. And that applies here to Tulsa. They really don't have a good option here. Anthony Watkins is back at running back, 889 yards last year and 4 scores. Bill Jackson's back. He was the second leading rusher with 414 yards. The receiving core, Camden Benjamin, 47 yards, 727 scores. He's back. They bring in a ton of new players, but not a lot of experience. They have North Dakota's Jack Wright, some experience. UTEP's Jeremiah Bullard, some experience. Not a ton, though, to work with there. Offensive line is brand new, though. They bring in New Mexico State transfer Caden Stanton at left tackle. Everyone else is brand new, and honestly, all 4 other spots are up for grabs. The offensive line could be an issue this year. The defense was awful last year. Huge chunk plays, tons of points against them. Pass rush not there. They bring back a few pieces, but not a ton. Everett Rogers is gone. He was probably one of their better defenders. So they're bringing in JUCO transfer Joe Kalei, who is going to try to handle that nose tackle spot. They also bring in Miles Jackson to be an edge rusher. Linebacker, it's all transfers. Gavin Potter comes in from Kansas, but he has injury issues. They bring in a 6-year senior with USC's Chris Thompson. They bring in Zach Marcelli, who spent 5 years at TCU. Marcelli was a special teamer only at TCU, though, so it's going to be interesting how he fits in. The secondary lost most of their production. They do bring back Kadrain Ray, who's a good tackler at the safety spot. Overall, very worried about the defense. They weren't good last year, and it feels like they're going to take a step back. We look at the schedule. August 29th is the opener against Northwestern State. That should be a win. But then they're on the road at Arkansas State. Then they have Oklahoma State. Then they have Louisiana Tech on the road. Then they're at North Texas before October 5th against Army, and then a bye. They could easily be 1-5. Maybe they're 2-4 at this point. They're at Temple, and then they get UTSA and UAB on the road. UTSA at home, UAB on the road. East Carolina at home, and another bye before they're at USF and against Florida Atlantic. But when we break down the schedule, really their winnable games are on the road, and that's an issue. Louisiana Tech's a winnable game, that's on the road. North Texas, more winnable on the road. Temple, more winnable on the road. UAB, USF. They're not going to beat UTSA. They're not going to beat East Carolina. I don't think they beat Florida Atlantic. I don't think they beat Army. And if we're losing all their home games, we're really left with the 6 road games minus Northwestern State to pick up these wins. The over under is set at 4.5, and I don't see a path to 5 for them. I really can see this can being a complete bottom out. I think they get Northwestern State. I think they might win at Louisiana Tech, but I could easily see this ending on a 6-7 game losing streak, if not 8, and then finishing with 2 wins. So we're going to go ahead and hit that under 4.5 on this one. The under 4.5 is available at the Combi book, so Bet Rivers, Bally, and it's plus 110. So we're going to get plus money at under 4.5. If you like this content, make sure to hit the like button, comment, and share it with your friends. We'll see you next time.